Hello, Selma Teacher 7, Mr. Barry here. Today we're going to be looking at the redesign of the Model 3, which has been called the Highland. It is available in Asia and Europe markets, and soon will be available in the United States. Now what we're going to be doing is actually comparing and looking at the old design of the Model 3 and comparing it to the new design. And we're going to be looking at the exterior as well as the interior and some of the features that you have there on your screen, as well as looking at the steering column and looking at the controls on the steering column and seeing how those have changed from the old version to the new version. Alright, so let's take a look at this, you and I. Come on. Hey, there it is. As you can see right away, as we flip back and forth, you can see that the nose is different. So it's more streamlined or more aerodynamic. The headlights are different, as you can see. And in all, you get a lower drag coefficient. And that means better range if you have the exact same battery, same motor, and everything else. Now, the one that we're looking at right here is the European version. And right away, you notice that the range is different. 318-mile range for that rear wheel drive. If we look at the American version there and bring that up, we notice that the range on it is 272 miles. All right. Wow, 318 miles. That is it really that increased for the range? The answer is no. If you look at the fine print, that is the WLTP cycle, and in America we don't use that. We use the EPA range. And to figure out the exact numbers there, you have to multiply these numbers. So for that 318, you actually divide it by 1.12 and you get 285 miles. So the range of this car, if driven on American roads as we would here in the United States, well, you get a range of 285 miles there. And then the top speed there is 125 miles per hour. For the old version there, it's 140 miles per hour because it's a slightly different motor. In this new one here, we have a slightly less powerful motor. So you see in the old version, the acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour is 5.8 seconds. And on the new one, it is 6.1 seconds. Not as fast as far as the top speed, but you do get a longer range. Now, if I select the dual motor all-wheel drive version of this Model 3, you'll notice all of a sudden that the range goes up to 391 miles. That is awesome, but that's in the WLTP cycle. If we convert that over to the EPA cycle, that's 350 miles of range. Still, that's pretty good, and that is a little bit more than the old version, which was 333 miles. The top speed is 125 miles per hour, whereas the old version is 145 miles per hour. That might have something to do with this as being the European version. But anyway, if you look at the acceleration, 4.4 seconds, 0 to 60. On the older version, you have 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. And we will talk about the prices there too. If you look at this is in the European currency, but I'm going to be converting those into American dollars here and then comparing those prices as well and seeing just how are the prices going for this new version. But anyway, let's continue looking around the exterior of this car. That is the 3/4 view. Let's now go on to the next view. Okay, now switching to the side view, you notice right away that that nose there does seem to stick out more as being more aerodynamic. You do see the differences in the headlights. Looking also, you see that the new version does not have the fog lamps as seen in the old version, so those are gone. And basically it looks like a cleaner appearance in the face. For the back of the car, You can see some differences there too with the taillights. So now the headlights are part of the trunk there, and they move a little bit better there. I believe that what that's going to do is going to have a better alignment for the taillights, which is awesome. So you'll have a better alignment there, and it looks really good comparing them, you know, going back and forth like this. And here's the view of the back there. You can see the redesign of those tail lamps there, and also the new version has almost a reminiscent of the Model S as far as that line going through the center there right below the trunk, kind of joining the two tail lamps there. Very nice design. It does look a lot like the Model S from the back. To me it does anyway. And so I like the redesign here. Now let's look at the wheels. The wheels can really make or break any vehicle, and you always have two options for the Model 3 here. So here's the first one that you get, and you notice right away in the new version that has more of a 3D appearance, and here's the old version. You can kind of compare those two. The older version has more of a flat 2D appearance. The new one more of a 3D shape to it there, and you have two options. So here's the other option for the new one, and that really has some curves in it. It's really nice the way that this pops out there in 3D. If you look at the old version of the Model 3, this is what you get here. And so the older version, I would say, has more of a flat face to it on the wheel or the rims, and then the new version has more of a 3D effect. So there you go. My first impressions, I actually like so far everything that I've seen for the Highland. And here's the new version's new interior there. And if you're a Tesla owner, you would know right away that there are two basically options that you can have for your interior design there. You can have this black material or the white material, and this is showing the black material. And you notice right away it has a slicker design there across the dash there. Let's look at the old version just to compare, just in case you haven't seen it before. So you notice you have this wood block there in the middle. Let's go back to the new one now, and you notice that it's a little bit different down in the center console area. It's a different design. I believe what they did is they redesigned it to make everything a little bit easier to work with, and I like it. I like it a lot there. My version, by the way, of my Tesla is a 2020, so it looks a little bit different than even the old version that we're seeing here in the pictures. If you look at let's look now at the white interior. So here's the white interior of the new one, and let's compare that to the white interior of the old one. Boom, there you go. So you see those two. Very, very, very nice. So I'm liking the new interior. It looks more slick. You know, it's a slicker design, you might say. Ooh, hey, did you notice something there on the stock? You don't basically have the same stock that you have around the steering wheel. So your stock for your left and right turn signals, those are gone and have been replaced by buttons on the steering wheel itself. And the gear selection stock is also gone. Hey, all right. Some may not like that. So how do you switch the gears? Well, if you look on the screen, you do have, park, drive, neutral, and all that good stuff. That's actually on the screen. You can just tap it and change gears that way. You can also, at the very top above the mirror, you can change, I believe you can change gears on the new version up there as well. So there's two places where you can change or select different gears there. So, all right, let's now dive into price. Here we see the price for the old one here, and the price for the Model 3, the railroad version, that would be considered the more of a standard version. The lower cost one, that's $40,240. For the dual motor all-wheel drive, it's $47,240. And then the Model 3 Performance, that's $53,240. Those are actually very good prices because you get so many discounts, so many things right away. So if I click on after savings, it's $29,740 for the Model 3. And then for the Model 3 long range, it's $36,740. For the Performance, $50,240. So you see there's a big price drop there, and that's from the rebates as well as other types of savings that you get by owning the Tesla. You do get many different types of rebates. I do have other videos on that, by the way, if you were interested in trying to save an extra $12,000 in rebates. That's actually what you get there as far as checks within the first year of owning your Tesla through different environmental programs. All right. Now we're going to look at the prices for the new version of the Model 3, but these prices will be in the European version there. So it's really hard to predict exactly what the prices are going to be in America. Well, the base price there for that first one that you see is $46,000. That's what it's the equivalency is there. And that is the fact there. And probably by the time that we get it, it'll be a little bit less than that. But we'll have to see what it is there. For the all-wheel drive dual motor, it's $55,700. That's basically taking the currency that they have written there on the page and converting it into US dollars. The thing is, I've heard and read that the prices will be much cheaper than that, actually lower than they are today when we actually do have this model available to us here in the States. Now we're going to look at the product details. These details are true whether you have the old version of the Model 3 or the newest version. This is the Model 3 revised, refined and refined with more range and with an all-new premium tier that's even quieter. And that is true. This new Model 3 is quieter inside than any of the others, which is amazing fact. Next, easy handling, driving, navigation, and charging your Tesla is easier than ever with an intuitive 15.4-inch center touchscreen which provides driving functions, vehicle navigation, and serves your favorite songs, movies, and more right at your fingertips. Next, we have Store that works anywhere. Always a charging option for your Tesla. Wherever you are, if you wish, the navigation in the vehicle will automatically guide you to the charging options along your route. And with the Tesla app, you can check charge status, view nearby superchargers, and more. Your Tesla perfectly adapted to you. As you approach your Tesla, automatically unlocks the driver's door, adjusts the seat, steering wheel, mirrors, etc. to your profile and syncs the audio system to your music. Just get in and drive off. Command Center instead of chaos. The 15.4-inch high-resolution center touchscreen responds instantly and provides access to everything your Tesla has to offer. Use it to specify driving functions and interior settings. You can easily control the hands-free function with voice commands. And that's true, I use voice commands with mine. Uncompromising safety as a design feature. Our cars are designed for maximum safety on the road and therefore meet the requirements of the 5-star safety rating with flying colors. Active safety functions such as the automatic emergency brake are standard, that is, without extra charge. These features can significantly reduce the severity of accidents, or accidents can be avoided altogether. And again, this is true. My Tesla Model 3 has saved me many times from an accident. Next, we have everything for your driving pleasure. 50,000 superchargers worldwide. And a lot of people don't understand that actually you can charge your car right at your house or at a non-Tesla supercharging station or charging station. That's what I do often here locally in town. I simply plug into the charging stations that we have anywhere here. Next, we have dog mode, which is a nice way to keep the car cool on a hot day if you have your pet or someone you love there in the car. Next, we have the Tesla Arcade and Theater Sentinel mode, which is basically a way to actually see your car from your phone. So you just bring up your phone and you can actually see what your car sees, and has many options there. Driver profiles, in-car navigation, planned departure time. Next, we have mobile service on site, the camp mode, software updates via over the air, voice control, share keys, and preconditioning. So about that price there, the base price should be around $42,000 according to everything that I've read, and then go up from there. So what are your first impressions of the Tesla Model 3? You like it, yay? Or did you not like it? Some people may really like and dig that new streamlined look to it there, and others may favor the older design. Well, it's up to you. Hey, if you have an opinion there, please leave it down in the comments. And also, if you like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have a question or an idea for a future video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Wish to say thank you to all those who have watched the video and who have been sharing the videos there across their social media. Alright, well, thank you again, everyone. You all have a good day. Bye-bye.